What's up, everyone? Justin here, back with a new best of show. What is a best of show? It's where I pick a wrestler or a woman wrestler and I give you their, in my opinion, their best matches that I've seen of them. So here we go. Again, check out my best of playlist. I've done best ofs on Toni Storm, Asuka, Becky Lynch, I believe, and I can't remember who else, but yeah. Why am I doing this best of show? Because I'm a big wrestling fan. I love the stars of the past. The stars I grew up watching, the wrestlers I grew up watching from my childhood into my preteen and teen years. And this guy, I definitely grew up with him. Sadly, I didn't see any of his matches from the late 70s. But I saw enough of his career and when he was really a main eventer and had major feuds, I saw a lot of it. Who am I talking about? This best of show, as I said. I'm doing this show because I love wrestling. I love the wrestling business. I respect it. I respect the stars of the past. If you're a wrestling fan, get to know your history about it and study up on it. Even the eras, the years you were not born, watch wrestling from the past. So, that's why I'm doing these best of shows. I love talking about the past, and I respect the history of wrestling for sure. And hopefully you do too. And if you don't like the topics, the type of shows I do, I don't give a flying fuck. You don't like this best of show, you don't like the best of idea, I don't care. It's my channel. These are my videos. And I do these videos because these topics I talk about, I am interested in. If the audience is not, well, too bad, don't watch. I don't really care. I don't do it for the views or the money. Oh, by the way, I make zero, but that's okay. I do appreciate if you could tip me at my PayPal in the description under the videos. I've put out so much content and videos since about 2016. Here we go. Best of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. One of the greatest wrestlers, workers of all time. Seriously, one of the best of all fucking time. This is his 1986 WWF action figure. I believe it was made in 86. I think. Maybe it came out in 85. I'm not sure. I don't remember the year I got it, but I was a young kid. Probably 4 years old when I got this. So, sadly, I don't have a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat t-shirt. Wearing a Macho Man shirt. One of his greatest matches Ricky Steamboat had in the WWF. His WWF run, one of the greatest matches of all time he had was against the Macho Man at Wrestlemania 3. This right here's and a WWE Ricky Steamboat Mattel action figure I have also. But I don't have any of his t-shirts and not much merchandise. But Ricky Steamboat was on the cover of a WWF magazine from the 80s. I don't have it, but I know he's on the cover. I have a WCW vintage magazine here where Ricky Steamboat is on the cover from June 92. So there it is. Ricky Steamboat on the cover of a WCW magazine that I own. So at least I have that. And this and another Ricky Steamboat action figure. But Ricky Steamboat, I love the guy. I loved him when he was wrestling. One of the greatest baby faces of all time. Never worked as a heel. Never. That's amazing. That's incredible. I mean, everybody worked face and heel, back and forth. A ton of guys. Ricky Morton, Rock and Roll Express. He was one of the greatest baby faces in the 80s. Look what he did. He was a heel in 91. And my God, Hulk Hogan, the All-American hero. Hulkamania, he turned heel. Hollywood Hogan. But Ricky Steamboat never turned heel. Never. In my opinion, he was too damn good and too likable to be a heel. Could have he pulled it off? Yes, but nobody would have wanted to boo him. So here we go. The best of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. In my opinion, these are his best matches. I might have missed a few, but hopefully I have down a lot here that you could check out at home. Check out on Peacock or on YouTube. I tried to get just about every Ricky Steamboat match I enjoyed and could think of. So here we go with best of Ricky Steamboat. Let's start off. I know he was wrestling in 1981 in Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. That's on Peacock. But he wasn't in that many great matches, I don't believe, on Mid-Atlantic Wrestling on television. He probably had a lot better matches at live events and house shows. He had great matches against Ric Flair, so many matches. And the best ones were probably never televised, sadly. So let's start off with Starcade 1983. Ricky Steamboat and his partner Jay Youngblood against the Briscoe brothers for the NWA tag team titles. It was a great tag. And Jay Youngblood, really, Ricky Steamboat, Jay Youngblood together, really good team. Great tag team. Sadly, Jay Youngblood passed away, I believe, a couple years after 83. So, again, check out Starcade 83, Ricky Steamboat, Jay Youngblood against the Briscoes. Let's go to Boogie Jam, NWA Boogie Jam 84, Ricky Steamboat, Ric Flair. It was on WWE Network. I don't believe on Peacock anymore. They didn't transfer it over, but it was. So their Boogie Jam 84 match had no commentary, but it was still a great match between Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat. Let's go to Starcade 84. Starcade 84 for the NWA TV title. Ricky Steamboat, Tully Blanchard. It was great. Really damn good. I believe it ended in a time limit draw or something. A weird finish. But it was damn good still. Ricky Steamboat against Tully Blanchard in 84. What else would you expect? Of course, it was going to be damn good. Both guys, great workers. Let's go to after Starcade 4, I believe early 85 or December 84, he jumped to WWF. He jumped right after Starcade 4, he jumped to WWF because he was a part of the first Wrestlemania in 85. So let's go with that. Ricky Steamboat against Matt Bourne, Wrestlemania 1. Matt Bourne, by the way, pretty crazy. Ricky Steamboat's WrestleMania 1 opponent would go on to be Doink the Clown in late 92 and 93. If you didn't know, Matt Bourne was Doink, the original Doink the Clown. And damn, Doink the Clown was great as a heel. Evil Clown, that's awesome in wrestling always. So let's go to 1985 still. Ricky Steamboat, Mr. Fuji. On a Saturday night's main event. I don't believe it was long. The match was not long, but still, it was a big match. It was on Saturday night's main event on NBC. By the way, NBC is part of Peacock, owns it. So anyways, WWE, my God, just to go off topic, WWE has a very long relationship with NBC and USA Network. If Vince wants to sell, he should give it to Peacock and sell to them, not to anybody else. USA Network, NBC was good to you, Vince, for decades. Just give them the company if you're going to sell. That's my opinion. Why not sell to Peacock? NBC Universal, you already got the fucking network on there. Just give it to them. Give the whole company to them. But anyways, back to the best of Ricky Steamboat. Again, 1985 versus Mr. Fuji is a karate challenge. It was not a great match. It was not long, but it was still good. It was an early feud Ricky Steamboat had in his early WWF run. Let's go to some 1986. Or let's stay in 85 for one more match in 85. Ricky Steamboat, the Dragon, at the Wrestling Classic, took on the Macho Man Randy Savage. This was 2 years before Wrestlemania 3 85 Wrestling Classic pay-per-view. I think it was the first close, not the first, but was it before WrestleMania? I don't think so. Maybe it was. I don't remember, but Wrestling Classic was a closed circuit event in a big, like the first big show. I don't remember if it was before WrestleMania. I apologize. So at Wrestling Classic, you had two of the greatest workers of all time facing each other. It was not long. It was only 4 minutes. But it was still great to see Ricky Steamboat and Macho Man in the ring together in 85. So then, now let's go to some 86. You had at the Boston... No, this is later in 86. So let's start with WrestleMania 2. Ricky Steamboat against Hercules Hernandez. I thought it was a good match. And it showcased Ricky Steamboat is a really good mid-card guy. Staying 86 after WrestleMania 2. Let's go to March 86. Or before WrestleMania 2, March 86. Ricky Steamboat took on Bret the Hitman Hart. Really good match. I think it's at Boston Gardens, I believe. So it's staying 86. Ricky Steamboat on Saturday night's main event up against Jake the Snake Roberts, September 86. Now let's go to some 87. Or let's stay in 86. August 86. Boston Gardens. Ricky Steamboat took on Jake the Snake Roberts again in 86. They had a pretty hot feud. Sadly, Jake the Snake DDT'd Ricky Steamboat on the concrete and knocked him out cold. But it was an accident. Let's go to 87 now. Wrestlemania 3. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat up against the Intercontinental Champ, the Macho Man Randy Savage. Such great build-up. Great feud. Where you had Macho Man with the ring bell crush come down on Ricky's throat in the ring with the ring bell. Ricky was choking like he couldn't breathe, holding his neck. They took him out on a stretcher. He couldn't breathe, and legit, the fans were scared back then. They believed it. I did too as a kid. So, Ricky Steamboat's selling great. The guy's one of the best sellers of all time. The fans thought he legit couldn't breathe. And my God, he's selling it great on the stretcher. And Vince, on commentary, he was on a Superstars where he got his throat crushed. I don't know what they call that. The larynx or something. Anyways, they said Macho Man crushed Ricky Steamboat's throat. Whatever that's called in your throat. I'm not a doctor. I apologize for not knowing the name of the bones in your throat. But anyways, Vince was like, I think he's gonna swallow his tongue. He can't breathe. That was hilarious. And that is just great build-up to get the fans behind Ricky Steamboat as a babyface. They interviewed his doctor. He was like, I think his career's over. He's not going to be able to wrestle and come back. And Ricky Steamboat tried to cut an interview that he wanted to come back. Then he started talking, and then his voice just died. Like he couldn't talk anymore. But then he made the comeback at Wrestlemania 3 and won the Intercontinental title. One of the greatest matches still in WrestleMania history at Wrestlemania 3. Ricky Steamboat, Randy Savage. Let's go to still in 97. Ricky Steamboat was retired in 97. 87 still. Sam Houston Coliseum. I think it was the summer of 87. This match was televised, but it is very hard to find, very rare. I found it on the internet like 10 years ago. Anyways, Sam Houston Coliseum, Ricky Steamboat, Randy Savage. They win about 8 to 10 minutes. Sadly, it should have been longer, but it was a damn good matchup. Let's go to 80. Sadly, 88. Well, 88 was Ricky Steamboat took a lot of time off after WrestleMania 4 because he wanted to see the birth of his child. So he agreed. He dropped the Intercontinental title, sadly, to Honky Tonk Man. And then he go away the rest of 88 to see his son born, take care of his son. And I think Vince held a grudge against him. Or his contract ran out, or Vince, I don't know what happened. I do have a shoot interview with Ricky Steamboat where he explained why he never returned after 88. I don't know why. I can't remember, but Vince basically held a grudge against him and was pissed. He left to see his son born. So, but in 1988, the Royal Rumble on USA Network, Ricky Steamboat had a great match, I thought, with Rick Rude. Really good. So let's go after the 88 Rumble. He just worked WrestleMania. And my God, he was taken out of the tournament, I believe in the first round. And Greg Valentine went over. That was stupid. Because in the second round, it could have been Ricky Steamboat versus Randy Savage. They could have had a classic for 10 minutes. And Steamboat said he would have put over Savage, but no. Dumb. Anyways, let's go to 89. One of the best years, a highlight year in the career of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Again, Steamboat in the late 70s was great. Had great matches against Ric Flair, and he was in the tag teams. He was great, but I didn't see those matches from the 70s. I'm only giving you the best of Ricky Steamboat matches that I've seen. 89. Start off with, my God, Ricky Steamboat wins the World Heavyweight Championship, wins the NWA World title off Ric Flair at Chi-Town Rumble. It was damn good. So good. Such a great match. It was about 20 minutes, and it was damn good. Let's go to after Chi-Town Rumble. Let's go to Wrestle War. Clash of Champions 6. Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat for the title. And they win 54 minutes. And it was great. Damn good match. It was 2 out of 3 falls at Clash of Champions 6 and 89. And Ricky Steamboat retained. Let's go to Wrestle War 89. Ricky Steamboat, Ric Flair again. They had a trilogy, 3 matches that were just great. Greatness. Perfect. Just about. My favorite is Clash of Champions 6. All 3 of them are great, but I would say Clash of Champions 6 I enjoy the most. And then Wrestle War was damn good, and Chi-Town Rumble was damn good. So Wrestle War was, I believe, in April or May. Ric Flair wins the title off Ricky Steamboat. Great trilogy of matches. Let's go to Clash of Champions 7. Still in 89. Ricky Steamboat, Terry Funk. That was good. Let's go to Great American Bash. Great American Bash 89. Ricky Steamboat carried Lex Luger to a damn good matchup for the U.S. title. I mean, seriously, Ricky Steamboat could carry anybody. He was that good. So now after 89, after Great American Bash, Ricky Steamboat's gone out of WCW NWA. So let's start with 1991. This is crazy to me, but when Ricky Steamboat came back to WWF in 91, he wasn't there that long, but he left. He was gone by September 91, and guess what? Ric Flair came in September 91. Damn. WWF could have had Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat on house shows or televised events in 91. That would have been awesome. If Ricky Steamboat would have stayed, he could have been in the 92 Rumble and beat up Ric Flair. That would have been great to see. But he was gone. I don't know why he left. Probably, I don't know, he knew he could get a better deal or contract from WCW Clash of Champions 17. Ricky Steamboat returns to WCW as Dustin Rhodes' mystery partner. It was great. It was a great return. He had a giant dragon head on, like a dragon mascot head. And he took it off, and guess who? It was a dragon, Ricky Steamboat. The crowd went nuts. Again, this was November 91. Clash of Champions 17. Crowd was hot. They loved seeing Ricky Steamboat back. That crowd was great for Clash of Champions 17. I will always remember that crowd. It was in Savannah, Georgia, and it was a hot crowd. And what a pop they got. Ricky Steamboat, Dustin Rhodes won the tag titles. So, after 91, let's go to 92. Clash of Champions, January 92, Ricky Steamboat and Sting against Rick Rude and Steve Austin of the Dangerous Alliance. That was damn good. Let's go to Wrestle War 92. War Games. Ricky Steamboat was on Team Sting. That's where this picture is taken of. The Team Sting for War Games. You want to see the back? I'll actually show you what's on the back. So the other War Games team, Dangerous Alliance. So, after Wrestle War, this is best of Ricky Steamboat. After Wrestle War, Beach Blast 92. Holy fuck. Holy shit. One of the best matches of all time. Great match. Definitely one of the best matches of 1992 in WCW. It was so good. It was an Iron Man match. 30 minutes. Ricky Steamboat, Rick Rude for the U.S. title. Damn, it was good. Before that, they had a good match at Super Brawl 2 for the U.S. title. But the Iron Man match at Beach Blast 92 was just so fantastic. That is wrestling. That match, when I still watch it, that is why I'm a wrestling fan of just matches like that are so good. I would say Rick Rude and Ricky Steamboat had better matches, better chemistry than Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat. We all know Savage liked to plan his matches out, like step by step, 1, 2, 3, you'd write down on a notepad. Step 1, lock up. Just ridiculous, but that's how he wanted to work. He was a perfectionist. But that is ridiculous to plan out every spot ahead of time. How the F could you remember that? Say you plan out like 50 spots. Crazy. How would you memorize that? You would have to like go over it for like 10 hours. At least I would. Anyways. Rick Rude, Ricky Steamboat, Beach Blast 92. Watch that match if you have not seen it. It's a classic. 5 stars. It's epic. Up next, let's stay in on 92. Best of Ricky Steamboat. Starcade 92. Ricky Steamboat, Shane Douglas for the tag titles against Barry Windham, Brian Pillman. What a tag match. It was great. Let's go to January 93. January 93 Clash of Champions. I believe it's from my hometown, Milwaukee. Anyways, Hollywood Blondes against Ricky Steamboat, Shane Douglas. So damn good. Let's go now to 94. Also in 93, he did have other classics against Steven Regal. Did Ricky Steamboat, had matches with Steven Regal for the TV title. Those were great. Had a match with Vader on Saturday night for the world title. That was good. Excuse me. But let's go to 94. WCW All Nighter. I think it's on TNT or TBS. This was on the WWE Network at one point before they went to Peacock, but now it's gone. 1994 WCW All Nighter. Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat again, and it was great in 94 still. Spring Stampede 94, Ricky Steamboat challenging Ric Flair for the WCW World title. It was great. Another great Flair Steamboat classic at Spring Stampede 94. Also, give me a second here. So as I was saying, Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat, Spring Stampede 94 is a fucking classic. Great match. Both guys were older. They faced each other in the 70s, late 70s, 80s, and 90s. 3 decades of Flair Steamboat classics. And again, Flair has said him and Steamboat probably worked 1,000 times. They had great and better matches at house shows and on TV and pay-per-views. He has said him and Steamboat could have wrestled with their eyes closed. Once, I believe they wrestled, they never even called one spot. They just did everything by memory because they knew each other so well. Also, just one of the greatest rivalries of all time, Flair Steamboat. Definitely Ric Flair. One of Ric Flair's greatest opponents is Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I would put Sting above Steamboat as Flair's greatest rival, but Sting was around longer in WCW with Flair. Anyways, again, Spring Stampede 94. Watch that match if you haven't seen it. Flair Steamboat in the main event. Also in 94, Clash of Champions 28. This is getting around right before Ricky Steamboat injured his back and decided to retire. I think he could have rehabbed his back and came back, but he decided to call it a career. Clash of Champions 28, Ricky Steamboat stunning Steve Austin for the U.S. title. They had a classic. Damn good. So, yeah, that's, I believe, it for my list. So, his last TV match, I believe, might have been against Steve Austin at Clash of Champions 28. But I'm not sure if that was his last TV match. It's a guess. Hope you enjoyed my best of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Again, when I watched this guy as a kid, I loved him. But as an adult, my God, I appreciate his matches so much more. He was so damn great. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a legend. Just Ricky Steamboat again. I could be here all day putting him over. I will just say the guy's one of the greatest of all time. in the ring, in-ring performer, is one of the greatest, also one of the greatest baby faces and sellers of all time. Like, comment, share, subscribe. This was the best of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Bye for now.